jokers, folks.
Strongman personal finance.
Ain't no dang jokers.
Alrighty, folks, big video. So in this video, I want to address the last time I was ever bullied in life. Hey,
there, folks.
You're spending more of our money on those stocks. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Boy, did I get brutalized today.
They don't
those never get old.
No, they don't, dude. You might need to update them. You might need some new ones.
Yeah, I need to do a new contest. I'm just really cheap. You know, it costs me money. I got to pay people like $20 or $30 to make me a video. It's expensive.
Bro, I don't even know what Jeremy's up to. It's been great. I don't know if I'm done with it, but it's been great just taking time off because he's right back up to his old tactics, but, you know, using different stocks now.
Of course. I mean, he's always going to find a new way to grift. He's a very, very skilled scammer. You know, and at a certain point, you just got to, you know, understand that you're fighting YouTube algorithm, number one, and a bunch of idiots, number two. And it's impossible. You can't defeat LaFufu. He's unbeatable. I've surrendered.
Well, dude, what really needs to happen whenever it occurs, when we go into a real bear market, that's when people will realize. And sometimes you just go into a bear market for no reason.
We're never going to go in a bear market, Jay. We're always going to have a bull market.
Well, I mean, he's still pushing honest and stuff. So it's not like he completely changed. It's not like he went into started doing actual analysis. And all he does is he started bringing up financial statements because you were using financial statements.
I mean, you can tell he doesn't really understand what he's looking at. He'll just bring it up and be like, oh, look at the revenue. And he'll do like some, you know, horizontal analysis for like 5 seconds, like bare bones. And then he'll just go on, he'll rant about his thesis. Oh, the economy's changing. People want to eat soy food now. And then that's his thesis.
I get like that's how you butter your bread. But one of your videos, I forget which one. It might have been that live stream you did with that guy like earlier in the week, last week.
Which one, Jacob?
Yeah, it might have been with him that you said, I don't even understand how these guys just talk about the same stocks every day. Like that's the one thing I don't get about YouTube is I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand how people talk about the same thing. And that's the entire bent of their channel the whole time. I'm like, how many times do you really want to hear about Palantir stock? All right, let's say, you know, you bought it. You think it's going to 60,000x. Okay, great. That's your bull thesis. How do you talk about that every single day? Like, I don't get it. Like how you talk.
That's why. Because like it's like you go to work, you do the same thing every day. I mean, I do accounting, I do journal entries, whatever. You know, I got to do it because it's my job. It's the same thing with them. This isn't like a side project or a side hustle. This is their livelihood. And if they stop talking about all the popular stocks, there goes the income. And I can tell you, you get good income talking about clown stocks because I don't know if you saw those Palantir fake shill videos I made, but they got like double, triple the views I normally get. And they had high retention rates, too. It was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't know. Here's what I realized in doing the whole YouTube finance stuff. The people that know what they're doing, they're not watching videos. That's what I realized. It's only the only people that are watching these guys and commenting, like they get mad at you because you say, you know, this probably is not going to 10x. You have a lot of problems with this company. And then they come on your channel and they attack you. What I just realized, I don't know, maybe I'm slow or something, but I just realized, I go, oh, this is because the people that actually know what they're doing, they're not going to sit down and watch your video. This is only The only people watching these people are know-nothings. Because, I mean, think about it like this. You and I are both quite aware of how difficult it actually is to outperform the market over a realistic investing time horizon of 30 or 40 years. I mean, it's very difficult.
I would say it's almost impossible, except for, the rare one or two people that have done it. I mean, we have all the historical examples of guys that have done it. But even then, you got to wonder, like, statistically, is it because they were skilled or is it because they were lucky? I mean, if you think about it, if you bought Tesla when it was, $10, $15 or whatever it was back in the day, you've absolutely annihilated the market.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're a genius? Or does that mean you're a clown that got lucky? I don't know.
And, it's a few investors that we know of, right? I mean, I'm sure between your audience and you and I, we could probably maybe come up with like 10 people that have done it consistently like that. So, I mean, I just look at it and I go, yeah, man, just stick to stocks for fun money. Like, use your fun money for individual stocks. I look at it and I go, you don't really have the time to build a portfolio properly. If you're working and you have kids and all this other stuff, how much time do you have to sit around and read the financial statements? Which
all day. I just don't do my job, bro. I just read 10Ks all day at work.
Well, I mean, when they bring up Buffett and Munger, I go, do you know what those guys do? They get into their office and they sit in their office and they just look at companies. That's all they do. They don't have any other responsibilities. So, I mean, imagine if that was like the main focus of your life, what you're obsessed with. And then your job, and you got paid a lot of money, was to sit in a room and do the thing that you're really obsessed with when you're a really intelligent guy. So, I mean, I look at it and I go, bro, even if I just grant you that you can beat the market, right? You have the knowledge. You could do it. It's not guaranteed. I would still look at you and go, bro, I think you're honestly wasting your time. I really do. It's like, go to the beach.
Yeah, and plus, I don't think most people do sufficient DD. I really think they just, scan a list of stocks, probably pick 10 that went up a lot, that sound futuristic, and they say, oh, well, I read a couple articles about it. I'm going to buy this stock. I think that's literally all what the vast majority of retail investors do. I'm sure there's some out there that actually dive into it, but that's a pretty rare thing.
Bro, what it is now that you and I have pretty much given up on this, but what it is, man, it's just sad. There's so many people out there that are losing so much money because of these clowns. When you look at that Jeremy testimonial thing that he took down, of course, you just go through there and you look at some of these like 60, 70-year-olds that he took 20 grand from and then put them into Tattooed Chef. And I just sit there and I go, this is borderline criminal, man. These people are never going to recover their money. And I could just picture that old woman, right? She tried to do something good with the money that was left to her after her husband passed, right? She didn't really understand what the dude at the bank was really doing, okay? So she took her money out and she went with Jeremy. And now I can almost guarantee you the vast majority of that money is gone. And she'll never get it back.
Unless she bought Tesla, of course.
Well, if she bought Tesla when she was going in there, she's down on that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's why he deleted the website. Like, it's completely gone. Which is hilarious because, and like I said, like I did research. I found this thing. It was called JL Financial Care. It was this thing he was doing like 10 years ago. And now all traces of that are gone. So what he'll do is he'll start a scam. It'll implode because he's a scammer and he's an idiot. And then he'll just delete the evidence and move on. It's really easy to delete evidence.
He's already done it once before this time. And after the JBL thing you found, when I first went to his channel, he had, his Financial Fortress website, and it was different than what came out. It was like it changed somewhere in 2020 or 2021, like when we were first starting to do this. And where I just really keyed in on what a scumbag this guy is he has a portion of your money that you pay for our course goes to St. Jude's. And I'm like, bro, I know for a fact you are not giving any money to that charity, dude. That is so low, bro.
Well, if he is, obviously he's finding a way to probably take it off his own taxes.
Bro, if
he's getting some kind of benefit from it.
Bro, if it is, he probably donated like 99 cents to him and then goes, yeah, a portion of my revenue from this goes to St. Jude's.
I mean, I love St. Jude's, and the commercials really hit home now that I have my own kids. But I have a hard time finding the extra money to donate to charity. But, maybe Jeremy actually is donating. Maybe he's so wealthy and making so much money that he actually has a couple bucks to throw at him. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I think I also think a lot of the revenue on YouTube is going to start drying up.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you talking about that theory. Even if it does, there's other ways to make money on YouTube.
No, I don't think this is what I honestly think. I think Jeremy will be fine. I think it's the mid-tier YouTubers that are going to be the ones hardest hit. The 100 to 300,000 people, because they make enough money where, they're making what? Maybe $100,000 a year off their revenue. I don't really know. But they're making enough money that they're living well and they don't have to work. But if revenue really starts to tank, those are the people that are going to be in trouble. Your Graham Steffens and your meat grinders, they're going to be fine. Their channels are still big enough that they can take the hit, whatever it is. It's those mid-tier guys. And where I got that from was actually Spencer Cornelia was talking about with the drop in revenue to his channel, like he was barely making any money off this one video. And he brought up, if it continues, I'll have to go back and get a job. Well, he's one of those mid-tier YouTubers.
Yeah, a lot of these guys blow my mind because they'll have huge YouTube channels, but they'll have so many expenses associated with it too. There's a price to getting a large channel. Like I could pay for editing and I could pay for thumbnails and I could pay for all that. But that's a business expense. I do it all myself, and it's pure freaking profit. Even though I'm not making a ton of money off of YouTube, it's pure profit. A lot of these guys, it's actually like a business to them, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It is, but I'm saying those guys. I mean, I don't know what the future of YouTube is going to be, but I look at it like this. How sustainable is it that everybody's just going to make YouTube videos? Nobody's going to have to work. That's all we're going to do. We're going to make TikTok videos and we're going to talk about the same stocks every day and everybody's going to be a trillionaire.
It's I think what's going to happen, it's like any other, artistic endeavor. There's a few that make a ton of money, and then the vast majority of the artists make absolutely nothing. That's going to be the vast majority of YouTube. I mean, we've been on here, 3 years, and we definitely don't make enough money to live off of this crap. It's been a long, slow road to growth.
Well, I mean, my channel doesn't grow, so I'll just take that as the internet.
You're growing. Yeah, you did like almost 2,500 views on that one video with whatever the hell that was, Bill Meyer or whatever.
Bill Maher going nuts with his TDS. Dude, he went nuts on Rogan. I was like, bro, look, if you say that Biden is a better choice than Trump, all I'm going to do is say, okay, that's your opinion. I don't agree with it, but like these people just lose their minds over this guy. And like, I don't know what it is that drives people so insane about him, but it's like, it's actually funny to me.
That was the wildest 4 years of my life. Like I was laughing every day because I'd walk out of my, my prior government job and there would be Trump on the wall in the little president slot. And I would just laugh my ass off every time I saw it. It was just like a comedic 4 years.
Bro,
So that's the only reason I want him to win is just so I can laugh every day.
Bro, every time I walked by his photograph, I would just start cracking up.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny to me. It's so funny that all these people just lost their minds about it. And it's like, you know, but I don't know. So I had to cover it. I'm surprised it got that many views. I mean, I'm happy that it did, but you know, when I looked at it the next day, I was like 2,000. I was like, oh, I did pretty good there.
Yeah, it's so random. Like one of my best performing videos was a shitty video I did about Edward Jones. It was garbage, and it got like now it's continuously gets views. It has like 16,000 views now. It's so random what videos work and what don't.
Bro, it was like I looked at it and I go, I have sat there for like 10 minutes trying to think up a title, and I get my, standard maybe 100 views. It's like I put no thought into that title with Rogan, and somehow it did well.
You got lucky and got in the algorithm, man. It happens sometimes.
Well, no, I've done videos on Rogan before. They've never gotten like 2,000 views. And I mean,
there's got to be a trick. I don't know. I'm 3 years on this freaking platform. I still haven't figured it out. But there's got to be a trick.
Bro, I'm at the point where I don't even care, right? I like just sitting there during my live streams talking about what I want to talk about. I don't care if it goes anywhere. I really don't. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's like, this is something that's fun to me. And I honestly look at it like this. When we first started, you get obsessed with YouTube, trying to learn everything. But now I'm just like, look, if I make you laugh or you find my channel amusing, go ahead and sub and watch. I'm just going to talk about the things I want to talk about. My channel's not going to be dedicated to anything. If you want to come along on the journey, listen to my, sometimes humorous pontifications, that's fine. If not, it is what it is, man. I'm just like, I just don't really care about it anymore.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, like, I've been making videos that I think my audience obviously doesn't want to see as much. Like, they want to see me just trash Jeremy every day. But now I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to make what I want, and I don't have to stress about views. And, my ad revenue might go down a little bit, but I have other ways to make money. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm a normal dude. I work a job. And so it's like, to me, it's like, okay, cool. If YouTube became something for me, it's cool. I like what I really like doing, dude, is I really just like going through the comments and just talking to people. That's really what I'm doing is I take a subject and I just talk long enough for the comments to build up. And then when I'm really having fun, it's when I'm reacting to the comments.
Yeah, you're super talented at just like talking. Like I actually, so when I'm at home or I'm like working on something at home, I'll have your video in the background and you'll just freaking talk for an hour and a half straight. It's like, holy shit. I can't do that. I could go on here and go live for like 20 minutes or whatever. But at a certain point, it's like, I don't know what to say anymore. But you can go and go and go, and it's freaking hilarious.
Well, dude, that was, my dad always talks about that. He always like, when I was home visiting, my dad's in the front seat with my brother. I'm in the back with my sister-in-law. I was talking to her. My dad just goes, Jesus fucking Christ. He's in the back just running his mouth again.
It's called the gift of gab, Jay.
Yeah, no, but it's like, honestly, finance is going to be something that sticks around when I feel like looking at a stock. But I just don't want to do this every day, man. I really honestly just have more fun hanging out. And that's what I would rather do. And if it doesn't turn into anything, I don't care. It's like, it's stupid, man. I look at it and I'm like, do what you want with your money. But I mean, how many freaking subscription services are people going to have? Every YouTuber now wants you to sign up for your subscription, right? Well, I mean, if I got Hulu, Netflix, Disney, HBO, and then I got 50 YouTuber subscriptions for even $3 a month, I'm paying for fucking cable again. Why would I do that?
Yeah, not many people sign up for that stuff. Like, even if you have hundreds of thousands. I mean, there's some exceptions like Tom Nash. He has thousands of subscribers to his Patreon, which is a very rare thing. But most
I
people
don't understand
don't
why,
know.
because he doesn't even understand basic financial ratios. It's like, oh, let me pay 15 price to sales. That works. Like, I'm going to use.
Are we going to go into Palantir here?
No, I'm not. I'm just on whatever stock is like. When he would talk about Tesla, he's like talking about how he's a financial dude, and I'm like, why don't you understand the financial ratios? That's beaten to your head.
Well, honestly, I think he's smart enough that he probably doesn't like a lot of those stocks, but he talks about them because they're popular on YouTube. That's the game.
The problem with Tom is I actually don't think Tom is dumb.
No, I don't think he's stupid at all. That's what I'm saying. I think he just talks about stocks that are popular.
Yeah.
That's how you grow on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't think Jeremy's very bright.
Oh, yeah, he's an idiot. Yeah.
But Tom, I think Andre Jeek is dumb too. But Tom, not really. I don't think Meat Grinder is dumb at all. No. I think Meat Grinder is actually very intelligent, which makes it worse. Because that means he actually understands what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a really good businessman. I'll give him that. Like, he really prepares for his videos. Right. Like, there's all this research and scripting, and he's just like, he's really good at rattling on about it. Most people can't do that, which is why he has millions of subscribers. But obviously, that doesn't mean his content's valuable. To me, it's all flutter. It's all fluff. It's like, I don't give a shit about this graph or this whatever Federal Reserve data that was published month on month. I don't give a shit. It doesn't mean anything. But to a lot of his fans, like, oh, I'm keeping up with the market, and I know all this stuff that's going on with the Fed, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, I guess if you're a swing trader, you could.
And here's the greatest thing. I've played this video multiple times on my live streams. Warren Buffett just going, the average person should just buy the S&P 500. I'm like, dude, this guy is telling you exactly what you need to do to build wealth. You just don't want to do it because you want to get rich in the next 10 minutes, which is going to result on you being down at the fucking stables with the Cowboys. That's really what's going to happen to you.
Crazy. It's only been 3 years and some change since the clown market started. Like, it hasn't been that long to really wash out a lot of these stupid stocks. There's some stocks that I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, this stock is still not bankrupt yet. This company's still not bankrupt. What the hell is going on here?
Dude, did you see this comment down there? Hey, Jay Naugy donated money for your new chair and strong.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not giving that to you. I'm pocketing that shit.
Whatever. This chair is still serviceable.
Hey, go ahead and donate for Jay's chair, please. I swear I'll give it to him.
Dude, what if we started a GoFundMe? And we got to approximately $160, which would be required for me to buy this new chair.
That actually would be a funny thing. Maybe I'll do that to buy you a chair. And $160.
Well, there was one similar to this at Walmart, and so I just assumed it was the same one. It was like $130 or $160. But I got this, bro. I found this one 3 years ago in my apartment complex. Total trash pick.
I can tell you got it from a trash pit.
Bro, when I got it, dude, all that leather was intact. And I don't really sit in this chair other than when I'm doing YouTube videos. So
you sure you don't have like acid like floating in the air that's like rotting everything in your house? Like, how does that happen?
Bro, it's cheap leather. If it's even leather. It's
but like, why are you rubbing on the chair? Like I never sit back in my chair.
Bro, I just move around. I move around, man, when I'm sitting here.
I know what you're doing.
No, I got a different chair for that.
You got your wank chair?
Of course. Why would you sit in it when you were doing anything else? It's disgusting.
Yeah, this is my wank chair right here. But yeah, we'll start a GoFundMe, and I swear I'll give it to Jay to buy a new chair.
Next thing I know, Chris is down here. Like he's like texting me, "Hey man, you want to come out on the yacht today?" And I'm like, "The fuck did you get a yacht?" You're like, "Oh, bro, they didn't actually I got to rent a boat today because instead of $160, I made $160,000 off it."
That is the first thing I would do if I got 160K is rent a yacht.
Bro, the first thing I would do is just put it all in VT probably.
I don't know. I would probably let it sit there. I'd probably put it in treasuries or a money market, let it sit there for a couple months, take deep breaths, and then I'd probably buy VT with it, just like you said.
Well, that does become an interesting question, though. If we're talking about really how you do it, do you dollar cost average that 160 in, or do you do a lump sum, or do you do? How would you actually?
That's a hard thing because
it is, man.
Because like people are like, oh well, historically, if you put it all in at once, you generally get better returns. But you could also be buying at a market peak, and then that investment is negative for the next 10, 15 years. Like if you bought at the height of Japan's bubble, you would have just now recuperated your money. So it's tough. Like honestly, I'd probably dollar cost average.
I think I'm dollar cost averaging into it. In all honesty,
yeah. For small sums of money, I always lump sum it. Like my IRA, I always lump sum it. If I get $500 a year, 500 there, it's always a lump sum. But you're talking 160K, 200K. That's a little bit different.
Ice Cube, what is special about VT? Nothing. It's just the world market, man. You just ever own every stock in the world. So that's the one. This is what I tell people: pick an index fund. Whatever it is, small, mid cap, large cap, VOO, VTI, or VT. Just pick one. Whatever one you think works for you best. Just make that a core holding in your portfolio. And then if you want to buy individual stocks, man, just do it for fun. Just use 5 or 10% of your portfolio, because then it doesn't matter if you make a mistake.
Pick something you're not going to freaking sell.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do it all the time. I bought this because it went up. And then when it starts going down, I'm going to sell it and buy the other thing that went up. That's the problem. Yeah,
dude. Well, I mean, even like when we had that prefer VO, not going to argue with you, man. It was like, it's a solid choice. Even if you took the small cap or whatever you took, I just think basically it was when we had that conversation with Kingdom of Finance there, and I was asking him about Shada. I don't know if he was surprised because like my viewpoint on it is at least you're doing something close to an index fund. And that's why I say to people, will Shada outperform VT? I don't know. Talk to me in 30 years. I don't think it will. But if you do, and that's the one you picked, I'm just going to look at you and go, oh, you got a better return than me. Congratulations. I'd make the same decision over again.
Well, people look at VOO and they're like, oh, it crushed VT in the last decade, which it has. Yeah. But then I go back and I say, but were you actually invested in VOO over the last decade? And I would say most people probably weren't. Most people basically, it's almost like they extrapolate past returns as their returns, even if they weren't invested in the ETF 10 years ago, if that makes any sense. People they're just weird about investments. They literally just pull up things that went up a lot and they say, oh, this is the best, you should buy this, as if they would have actually held it for 10 years, which I don't think they would have.
Well, look at something like VGT. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. That's all big tech run up, getting super expensive, and people go, oh, well, it got a 17% compounded return over the past whatever, right? And I look at you and I go, okay, that 14 years that we had from 2008 to 2022 is an anomaly, all right? You're going to give those gains back, whether it's a crash or it just does nothing. But at a certain point, you're going to get back to what the market gives you. You can only financially engineer for so long. If the Fed goes, all right, we're quantitative easing and lowering interest rates again, everything will take off. But at a certain point, it'll get so stupid that the market wakes up and you have a crash.
I mean, if you extrapolate the returns of U.S. versus international, at the historical growth rates, at some point the U.S. market cap as a percentage of total world market cap will eventually approximate 100% if you keep extrapolating those gains forever into the future. That's why I always sit back and I say, does this really make sense? Is this really going to continue? Are you going to get those historic returns into the future? Maybe it becomes 65% of the global market cap, maybe 70%. But at some point, it's not going to go to 90%, 95%, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, it's craziness, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't think people understand this. After the tech crash, it took the NASDAQ 15 years to get back to where it was before. 14 years, 12 years.
Dude, my biggest dream is to see like U.S. stock destruction. And it'll be funny because I'm going to keep buying U.S. stocks through VT. But I just would love to see in 5 years people like, oh, U.S. stocks are trash. I'm only buying international stock.
There will come a point where everybody on YouTube is just going, oh, international stocks are where it's at. You're buying U.S. stocks? You're stupid.
It may take a long time to happen. I'm not saying this is going to happen like next year. But I guarantee you at some point, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, there's going to be a new hot thing. Oh, India. Oh, or China recovers or something. Japan, whatever. There's going to be a new popular asset or stock, regional location that people are going to be buying. And it's just going to be funny because, I'm just going to stick to my same strategy that I always do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I look at it like I'm going to do the little thing on my channel where I build a portfolio. But still, that's even made up mostly of index funds.
Yeah, part of me wants to do like I briefly thought about that a couple weeks ago, but I don't have the same cash flow and spare money that I had in 2020. I have way more expenses now.
Oh yeah, with the kids,
I can't afford to like fuck around with individual stocks. Basically, I need to work hard just to max my tax advantage accounts. So I'm not even buying individual stocks for a long time unless I get like a huge raise and I can fuck around with $500 or something.
Well, I'm not going to do that much every month. It's going to be like $2,000 and then maybe $50 a month, and it's just going to be something fun I do. And I'll be honest with you, if I underperform the market, I honestly don't care because I actually know enough like we were talking about earlier, to know how difficult it actually is to outperform the market.
You'll probably still beat most retail investors. Even if you underperform the S&P or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, what does the average retail get? Like 2.5%?
Dude, I think it's
I don't even think it's that, to be honest with you.
There's no way retail gets positive returns. I just can't see it, especially after the clownery we witnessed over the past 3 years. There's no way.
Dude, yeah. It was when I loved talking to them. That whole thing was starting, and you and I were like, what the fuck is going on with this? This is insanity, man.
I can't explain to you my shock at what I saw on YouTube. Because I used to be a licensed financial advisor, very briefly. And, I was like, how are these people doing this and not being charged by the SEC? And then they're like, oh, individual stocks. I'm like, I don't get it.
Bro, this was what I've told this story before. This was what cemented me as an index fund investor. When I was going through, I forget which finance class it was. We had to set up a portfolio, and this woman's a Chinese professor, because of course, but she's from a different part of the world. So she's hilarious. She goes up in the class, and she starts laughing at everybody. This is a PhD in finance. Starts laughing at everybody in the class, going, "You're all stupid." And she's like, "You should be buying index funds." She goes, "I have my PhD in finance, and I just buy the SPDR ETF." She was like, "All of you with your Disneys and your Teslas are going to lose money." And, she was just a funny woman. And I go, well, better do what I have to do to get through this finance degree. But I'm going to be an index fund investor.
That's why I look down on people that actually work in that industry, like, oh, the stock picking research industry. Because at the end of the day, what does it really do? It doesn't do anything. Most of those people underperform, and they wrap their livelihoods around something that provides negative value. It's just such a weird thing to me of course, they do it because the money's good, probably, but it's a very weird profession.
That 1% expense ratio adds up over time. And
not to mention all the taxes because of transactions that get passed through to the owner of the mutual fund. It's crazy how much money you lose over time. And you have to pick the winning mutual fund, which is hard. You can't. It's not easy to just pick a winning mutual fund.
Well, dude, I mean, look, people have to stop nickel and diming things too, right? If you get a 7% return and somebody else gets an 8% return, you can't be upset about that. You just have to make a decision. I mean, in all honesty, you don't know whether you're going to get your 6.5 to 7% out of the S&P 500 going forward. Again, because past performance is no guarantee of future performance. You know, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, look at what we're doing in the Ukraine. If that escalated to all-out war, it's going to tank the markets, you know. So it's just one of those things where it's like you just have to make a decision and go with it. And I think you should just pick the easiest thing to do. S&P 500, VTI, whatever it is.
I hope there's a global war just so VT gets absolutely annihilated.
Bro, I'm not really into the whole nuclear hellfire thing. I kind of like my creature comforts, like having AC and a comfortable bed, and don't want to live in the Fallout universe.
I'm actually, you know, like the more I read about, you know, Russia, Ukraine, it's like, man, the Russians are really all in. And if they feel like they're losing, you know, there is a chance they may use nukes at some point if they really start to lose. Because, you know, if they lose, then they have a Western loving government on their border, which is not something they want to do.
It's also a little bit further than that. I mean, you don't think Putin is aware of what happened to Muammar Gaddafi? Like, I'm looking at you, and it's like if my choice is getting a bayonet in a place on my body that I don't want to be bayoneted. Well, I should say I don't want to be bayoneted, but less want to be bayoneted there. Bro, if you're looking at me and you go, that's your future, I'm going to go, okay, time to die, push the button. Like, you're not doing that. You know, and for Russia, what they're doing is they're trying to keep their country together. So the whole thing is just terrifying. I have no idea why our government is over there messing with them. Leave them alone. Like, let them figure it out. You don't need to start World War III over this stuff.
I think most of our government just says, oh, you know, the Ukrainians are the ones fighting. They're the ones dying. We'll just give them some money and they'll basically bleed our geopolitical enemy white, you know, with all this fight. That's the whole concept behind it, I think. I don't think it's any more complicated than that.
No, it's a proxy war designed to drain Russian resources. But
which it is.
Yeah, and it is, but I just look at it and I go, okay, like, look at it this way. How is Russia affecting my life? Like, Russia doesn't bother me. Russia's over in Russia. I'm here. Like, I just think it's stupid. I just think it's like, listen, dude, you don't have to meddle in every country around the world. George Washington kind of reminded us of this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more that we don't know that's going on about, you know, why we're having such a fight with Russia. There's all these geopolitical ramifications and competition for resources and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I understand geopolitics like Peter Zeihan or whatever.
No, I don't. I mean, like I said, man, on my channel, I had somebody do more research on that subject. They go, kind of missing the point of my channel because I was just talking about the Russia thing. I go, I'm just sharing my opinions on this. I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. It's like this weird thing.
People are going to download your videos and expose you in the future because you said something wrong. Bro, I get exposed all the time. Like if I say something like slightly incorrect, oh, I'm gonna expose you, strong man. Like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, dude,
it's like Jeremy.
Bro, remember barracks lawyers from the military?
Dude, I didn't have to deal with those people.
Dude, when you're sitting there talking to some idiot and you look at him where he's basically explaining something and you're like, dude, that's not how that works at all. That's what these people are on YouTube. They're barracks lawyers. Like, I just spent 3 weeks combing through every video that you have to find just the most objectionable stuff that you've said on YouTube. And I'm sitting there going, bro, then you should be around me in real life because I say way more objectionable stuff in real life than I do on YouTube. I'm actually kind of tamped down on YouTube with what I say.
I would be very impressed if somebody went through all of my prior videos and found any weird stuff that I've ever said, because I have over 2,000 videos on this platform, but I'm sure there's some psychopaths out there that would.
Bro, you have. I mean, we all have. If you're talking on here, you're going to say something like, and then, you know, you could be asked about it later on. Like, oh, I don't even remember I said that. My bad. I shouldn't have said that.
Just delete the video.
No, I had to take one video down. I went a little bit too hard.
Well, wasn't that the video? Like, I saw you did a live stream. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch this tomorrow. And then I go on there and it's gone. I'm like, fuck.
I woke up the next day. We'll figure out the links so you can watch. Dude, I went a little bit too hard on some high-ranking government officials. I might have been on there calling one to see you next Tuesday a little bit too frequently. So I was like,
yeah, if you're that worried about it, maybe it's best to just bury it.
Yeah, I was like, all right, dude. Well, here's the thing, too. Some of your videos are just going to be bad videos because you're off on that day.
I'm never off, Jay. Everything I say is 100% accurate, factual, and truth.
No, I mean, look, this is the weird thing about YouTube. This was the funniest thing I've ever seen, right? And I'm not taking a shot at Echoes for this. I really think I'm taking a shot at Mitch McConnell. But he put up this video about Mitch McConnell having a stroke out. And why it cracks me up is because at the time it had like no views and it was 2 days in. And I'm sitting there and I go, this is the state of politics in our country. Mitch McConnell can't even get one person to watch a video, dude. Like, Mitch McConnell stroked out. Nope, don't care.
Yeah, I actually tried to watch him when he like froze. And like, I do have a lot of empathy, which is probably shocking to some people. There's some things that I can't watch. They make me cringe so bad because it's so embarrassing. I couldn't watch it. I was like, oh, this is so cringy. I'm just sitting there like, oh my God.
Bro, he was up there like today or the day before. And I watched the video and I'm like, it is clear. I don't know why you guys keep denying it. You can keep doing it like you do with Biden. I don't know why you keep denying there's a problem. Because I was just listening to Mitch McConnell talk, and I go, something's off there. He's not 100%. I don't know whether it's just old age or whether there's a more serious medical condition. But then I just go, how are these people in charge of anything?
Dude, you have to do your Mitch McConnell imitation. I remember I was watching one of your live streams and you were like,
what was it like? When I was like, whoa. I don't really know the answer to that. I forget what I was doing.
Dude, I was just dying because I watched that clip like 3 times.
Well, bro, sometimes when I'm going off, the hard thing about YouTube is I can't see anybody's face. So, God, that's the worst thing. Dude, they were actually reasonable for a short period of time. And then something changed with them, too.
The Young Turks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch, way back in the day, I used to watch like some of their channel. Like they had this like little thing they had where it was mostly, wasn't that political. And then I started to notice they really started going hardcore leftist. And I just can't watch that garbage. I try to avoid politics because all it does is rile you up. Like, I'm not watching this garbage.
Even like, I guess I'm on the right because, the left went so far crazy. But it's even when I talk to really militant righties, I just go, all right, dude, I'm not doing this. Like
there are definitely some right wing.
I look at people and I go, you're just an ideologue, dude. You're not really, you don't, I have my things where I'm really right wing, fiscal conservatism in the Second Amendment. But after that, I tell people everything after that for me gets kind of sticky. Like I don't necessarily have strong views. And I'm like, I'm usually somewhere around the moderate position. But it's like people have gotten so like tribalized. I just go, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm going to go take a nap because this is draining me. You guys are annoying. Like,
yeah, dude, I completely cut all that. I don't read the news. I mean, I read like financial news, obviously, because that's my main interest, and it doesn't rile me up. But just reading regular news, all it does is piss you off. It's such a waste of your time.
Bro, it is. It's rage clickbait. That's what it is. It's what people are doing. They do rage clickbaiting on a video. Oh, did you hear what Dylan Mulvaney said now?
It gets views too, which is so sad. It's like, I don't care what Dylan Mulvaney said. I don't care what AOC said or tweeted. It's so stupid. Why?
Well,
Why does it matter?
Dylan Mulvaney is the greatest troll of all time. It's ridiculous that Dylan Mulvaney is even a thing, but you have to just sit back and admire the pure brilliance of that play. Oh, I'm a woman now. Day one of me being a woman on TikTok. Let me run around and do weird things. Pissing one side off and making the other side happy. Like, it to me, I say this all the time, dude. The world has entered the world of parody. It's so funny now.
Well, and now it's like, there's always been people that are ridiculous like that, but now that we have social media and everybody's got a freaking phone in their pocket, it's a lot easier to find these people. I mean, any person can create a TikTok or YouTube channel. Eventually one of them is going to rise up and catch, the attention of a lot of people.
Yeah, dude. But because I forget what it was. I was laughing the other night about the streamer awards. And I was like, I'm like, what? My thing was, what is this? You guys are giving yourselves
what is the streamer
YouTube? Like, this is so lame. Who watched this? This is like, it's like 200 D-list celebrities up there. And Dylan Mulvaney's up there getting his whatever. I don't know. I don't want to play that game anymore. Whatever. Getting the trophy. And I go, this is amazing. This is just pure comedy. How is anybody taking this serious at this point?
It's entertainment. It's all for fun. I didn't even know there was a streamer awards. I'm actually pissed that I didn't get an invite to that.
Yeah, bro, they're not going to give us. No, they're not going to give us. They're not going to give us streamers, man. They give those to like Logan Paul and stuff.
Could you imagine me up there shirtless with like pajama pants on, getting
doing a Ryu up on stage? And like, you don't say anything after that. You just walk to the mic and Ryu, and then just walk off.
Oh, I would make a spectacle. Trust me,
bro. But it's it is what it is, man. It's the freaking state of YouTube. This is how much I've tuned out to a lot of this stuff. I didn't even know AMC dropped by 35%. I know the company's going bankrupt at some point, so I don't really pay attention to it.
The only reason I even know about stuff like that is because of comments. Like, people will comment something and I'll be like, oh, this stock's down 30%. Let me go look. And then I laugh and maybe make a video about it. But 99% of the time, like, I just have no idea what's going on. I'm so busy at work, and then I come home and I got to, help put the kids to bed. And by the time I'm ready to relax, it's like 8 o'clock.
Well, yeah. And I mean, that's just another argument for primarily being an index fund investor, because again, you have all the skills to analyze individual stocks and do it better with your master's in accounting than pretty much anybody out there. But yet you still buy index funds.
I do. As a matter of fact, that's all I'm buying now because I don't got the spare money.
Well, that's
what the good old days of the virus when we were getting stimmy checks and we had all that spare money to spend. And I was just like, I had so much money sitting around. I'd be like, oh, let me just throw $300 into this stock because Finn Garland talked about it. Like, I didn't even think about it. And now it's like, I can't waste $300.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I could still do that. But, like, I don't know. You spent your stimulus check on stocks?
So I know I bought a bed with one. And then the other ones I probably invested, I'm thinking. There was a bed that was purchased, though.
Yeah, I bought guns with them.
I was like, man, I'm buying a new house. I need a freaking bed. I got a king-size bed. And it's beautiful. I love it.
Bro, I even have a joke about that, because the reason I don't really do stand-up a lot now, or I don't even really do it, is because I work 3:30 to midnight. It's kind of hard during the week, but it's like I had a joke about it where I go, everybody told me that Joe Biden was anti-Second Amendment. But if that's the case, why'd he send me a stimulus check to buy guns with?
You know what's even better, Jay, is the child tax credit. That one year.
Bro, you crushed with that thing, dude.
Bro, I got $5,000 back. So my son was born in 2021, so I got a stimmy check and I got the child tax credit, $3,600. I got a total of $5,000 on my tax return. Straight into VT. It was beautiful.
Dude, yeah. I didn't get anything like that, man. Although I also don't have a little poo machine running around too.
Speaking of which, my daughter took a huge shit and it came out of her diaper. This was tonight. Like it flowed out of her diaper. And it got all over. Yes. And it got all over our couch.
Did you have to clean it?
I mean, me and my wife like wiped it down. It was disgusting. Like we saw these brown stains on our couch. We're like, what the hell is that? It was shit. Oh man, it was so it doesn't happen that often.
Bro, I bet you can't wait to tell your daughter about that. And like when she's like a teenager and she's she's getting like a little bit too big for her britches, and you just look at her and go, do you know me and your mom had to clean poo off our couch because of you?
Oh, I have so many nasty stories. Oh my God.
I mean, kids are disgusting, man. Their immune systems don't work properly. You know, they're taking these, diarrhea craps all the time in their diapers, and they vomit after they eat. I mean, of course, they're your kid. It doesn't matter to you, but yeah, kids do disgusting things, man.
Yeah, if it's your own kid, like I don't care, obviously, but like I'm not the type that just wants to like hang around kids and wipe their asses all day. Like I'll do it for my kids, and that's about it.
Bro, he never fed his kids. He never fed his kids tattooed trucker's butt crap, bro.
I don't know. He had it stocked in his fridge.
Did he really?
Yeah, he took pictures. He had that crap. He had like Oatly, tattooed stuff. He had all that shit just like stuffed into his fridge. He was eating it.
Here's what I love about the whole thing. You and I in 2020, all these vegan food companies are going to go bankrupt. How do you know that? I actually don't even need to look at the financial statements to tell you that they're going to go bankrupt. All you need to do is use critical thinking. Like nobody's going to come home from work, right? Rough day at the office. Hey, baby, why don't you cook me up one of those Hungry Man tattooed chefs for dinner? Nobody's going to eat that stuff, dude.
Imagine working at like construction all day and you come home and all your wife has for you is like a Buddha bowl with 300 calories.
Bro, you wouldn't even have the strength to wake up the next day and go to work. How did you actually get through your tattooed chef bowl? Because I took like 4 bites and that's as far as I could get through it. Like maybe if we were deployed overseas and I hadn't eaten in 2 days, I could just scarf it down for whatever minimal amount of protein and calories and then weird oils, and it gives me soy boy, arthritis or whatever it does. But that food is, I was like, who made this? I want to talk to
Sarah made it. Sarah Galletti.
Yeah, I want to talk to the tattooed chef, and I just want to put it in front of her and go, this is edible? This is edible. You call this food. All it is oil and pea protein. That's not food. Food moves. Food is animals. This is not food.
Dude, that was such a wild time with Tattooed Chef. It was such a joke. And now that it's over, like I walk through Walmart, it's not there anymore. It's kind of like heartbreaking. It's like it's like moving on from a girlfriend or something.
Bro, I just
want it, but it's over.
Bro, I just want these companies that I know are gonna die to just die. I'm sick of turning on YouTube and seeing, is Very Good Food Company still a buy?
I think they're finally done. I think they're gone. But there's so many stocks like Lordstown Motors. Isn't that still traded? Like,
Yeah,
there's all these
I
shit
know.
stocks that lose money like hand over fist, and they're still alive. How?
Bro, well, I think we're looking at this. I think what we thought was the market was actually going to wake up to how stupid some of this stuff was, but they're not going to. Like, when you look at we make fun of Tesla, right? Just think about this. In order to properly electrify the country, it's something, and my numbers could be slightly off. It's something like you would need to lay 60 million miles of copper lines in the next 12 years to be able to transition the grid to fully electric vehicles. It's just not going to happen. It's not feasible, but it's going to take a lot longer for people to wake up to this fact. When I was home, my buddy, he just bought his own garage. Okay. And like I was hanging out at his garage talking, and he goes, "Yeah, bro." He goes, "Me and all the rest of the mechanics have talked about this." He goes, "EVs aren't going to be here in 10 years. This is coming from mechanics on the ground. They're like, there's just too many problems with them."
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't care what happens. I just want to see Tesla go down in flames. That's all I want to see.
I don't even want it to go down in flames. I want it to go down to like what is a either just slightly overvalued or a fair value, so people can actually see it.
It's so funny. Like the margins keep shrinking consistently. There's so much competition now, and the stock won't die. It's so annoying to see it.
Well, dude, you're talking about a cult stock.
Yeah, but at that market cap, come on, like something weird.
You told me to do one on VinFast, right? And so I did it on VinFast. And what Ford's market cap is like 49 billion, and VinFast is like 191 billion, and VinFast doesn't even produce cars. Like, how is that possible?
There's some kind of weird thing going on. Like, I think only 1% of the shares are publicly traded or something like that. There's some weird financial clownery going on that I don't really understand. But it's obviously a clown stock. You know, like it's massively unprofitable. They used to make ICE vehicles, and then they suddenly transitioned over to electric vehicles. And now they lose money hand over fist, but they're making a couple of them.
And, you know, when you read One Up on Wall Street, Peter Lynch talks about how these cycles repeat over and over again with stupid shit. This is just a repeat of the like early 70s with the Nifty 50 and all that. He talks about how companies do this weird thing. First, they go out and they buy all these other companies. Then they realize that's not going to work out. So then what do? They start selling those divisions off. It just repeats over and over again, dude.
Yeah, a good indicator of like a really crappy management team is you see they're like making all these acquisitions and spinoffs. It's like, what are you people doing? I mean, remember Palantir? They bought a bunch of the most shit stocks I have ever seen in my entire life. And all of them basically went to zero. Like they lost 95% on all their investments. It's like these people are freaking clowns. What are they doing? And then they bought gold. Didn't they buy like gold bars or something? It's like, what are you people doing? The AMC, didn't they buy like a gold miner?
That I think they did at one point. Bro, this is why I have to take a break from YouTube finance. This is why I'm actually doing
But this is actual finance. This is not YouTube finance.
Because it's so stupid. I can't even deal with it anymore.
I hate finance, dude. That's why I'm an accountant. I mean, like I enjoy like looking at financial statements, reading about companies, but like actually working in that industry would drive me insane.
Well, bro, at 20 years, I'm done with this current where I am. So that's 6.5 years from now. I'm probably going back to school for accounting. I'm probably just going to travel and do books. Take me 2 years to get a bachelor's in accounting.
If you need a tutor, you know,
and I might need a tutor too. But yeah, that's what my plan is, because at that point I retire. I mean, I honestly could just do taxes for 5 months and then not work for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you get just a couple, you can charge a decent amount for taxes. Like, you can make really good money And as long as you save and aren't stupid with it, which I don't think you will be, you can just chill out the rest of the year, and then you can do bookkeeping. Charge $100 an hour for that or more.
Oh, that's what my goal is, because I'm gonna buy. I'm probably gonna buy either a van or a Winnebago, right? And I'm just gonna take trips. And go to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Never been there. Just go there, hang out. What's what I want to do? Travel around. So, like, doing like remote accounting is probably the best thing I can do because it pays well. And again, it's not like my accounting is strong, but it'll start coming back.
If you practice it, it's not. Eventually, it gets really easy. The hard part is just keeping up with all the tax law.
I like that Dan and I have the same plan. I mean, because think about it like this, dude. It's literally work hard from January till May, and then it's just gravy. I can go wherever I want, do whatever I want, just keeping books. I can go to open mics, and just be like, yeah, I'm just going to go do this open mic, record it, whatever.
Yeah, the only thing with taxes is like you can get sucked into like year-round things. Like it's possible because people go on extension, and there's some businesses that have different fiscal year ends. You got to be careful about not getting sucked into like year-round. Then you can do tax planning. Like it could become a full-time job unless you really want to contract out. I mean, you can even work for H&R Block, or not H&R Block. Well, that you could do that, but there's what the hell is it? Intuit. They have like a tax service you can just sign up for during tax season. That's something you could do.
No, that was just like, no, I'm going to do, bro, honestly, I'm going to probably do that, do the tax thing. And I'm probably just going to go like work for a gunsmith too. Learn as much as I can. Why not just learn skills when you retire?
No, you should just drink yourself to death and get fat. That's what you should do.
Strong boy loser, hates Social Security, but voluntarily joined a socially funded military. Military is the responsibility of the government. It's not socialism. You have to have secure borders.
It's just kind of a weird comparison. Like Social Security is like a forced contribution into a terrible investment scheme, whereas joining the military is just joining the military. Like they're two totally different things.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's how we could solve this whole thing. You teach kids in high school basic accounting and finance, right? Teach them where to put their money. Start maybe a balanced fund portfolio, and that's what you're forced to contribute to if we're going to do it that way. That makes more sense to me. It's a better return.
Jay, I like paying 12.4% of my income, half me, half my employer, to the government, and then whatever they have left over, they put in T-bills, which are normally like paying 0.01%. That's what I like the best. I don't want to be able to invest in BT with $12,000 or more a year. I want to buy T-bills for the next 30 years.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Social Security, it is what it is. It's here. Nobody's going to let it go away. But, I mean, there's probably better ways to do it. Well, I don't think there are better ways to do it. My opinion on it.
I'm just going to bitch about it. I mean, obviously, there's nothing I can do, but I can bitch about it all day.
Get Biden on the phone right now and be like, yo, bro, end Social Security.
Okay.
All right. Where am I supposed to exit? Stage left. Did you see him walk off on that Medal of Honor winner?
No.
I was like, yo, homie, Medal of Honor winner deserves a lot more respect for you to just have a dementia, walkabout.
I got to spend like a couple hours just watching like comedic things that politicians have done because there's so much crap out there.
Well, bro, there's a few politicians I do watch on YouTube stuff, and it's really just because I think they're funny. Like, I actually think Matt Gaetz is hilarious. Just the way he argues with people and the things that he says has me cracking up. Even if I don't agree with it, I'm sitting there going, bro, that's funny. Like he was talking to this nerd from Every Town for Gun Safety, the Bloomberg group. And the guy said, he goes, Well, you know, Ronald Reagan supported a assault weapons ban, and Matt Gaetz immediately fires back, said something to the effect, well, the fact that Ronald Reagan was a rhino is not really my concern, is it? And then he just keeps going with what he's saying. So, like, I'll watch people get dragged before Congress if it's hilarious when they're getting ripped apart. But that's the extent of my politicking.
I wish I had the time to watch more of that stuff, but I'm a busy boy. Social Security maxes out at 145. I think it's like 160 something now. You don't pay. Well,
yeah,
it's true. But you pay that, and then your employer also pays that, so it's double. And if you're self-employed, like my YouTube business is self-employed, I have to pay both. So it's not you definitely pay it one way or the other.
Are roads the responsibility of the government? Not sure. Government responsibility is what you want the government to be. And I'm not some like super libertarian dude. It could be, or I don't know. Actually, most of our roads are funded by the gasoline tax, which is a credit we're going to have, which is a problem we're going to have with EV vehicles. So, you know, do they have to pay for the roads? Because that's really what pays for our roads today.
Oh, trust me, they'll find a way to get money. Don't worry about that.
Oh, but yeah, no, I know they will. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about? How funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with you're right. I don't know if Chris wants to argue, but
I'm arguing.
Bro, but did you see, have you paid attention to the whole AI thing and how it's the exact same thing as innovation was 2 years ago?
Yeah, but AI is real, bro. Have you tried the Google AI? Sorry, I have to put this up here.
All right.
Okay.
Are you celebrating your victory on that?
Yes,
And
I've defeated another rival. Anyway, continue.
no, dude. But
AI is a new innovation. Yeah, of course. I mean, wasn't there a makeup company I looked at, and they were like, "Oh, we have AI."
yeah,
It
there
like
was, dude. I watched that video. I was walking around. I forget what I was doing. I was cleaning something, and I heard that out of the corner of my ear, and I was like, "What?" I turned around and walked back, and I think I rewound it, and I go, "What did he just say?" Like, this makeup company is artificial intelligence powered. That's the one that's going to be on everything coming up, like your Cheerios powered by AI.
It was so funny. I asked my wife, I was like, "Have you ever done a survey on a makeup website?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you think this is artificial intelligence?" No, it's obviously not artificial intelligence.
Well, dude, what I really want to do is get some of that AI, because I don't know if you saw some of the music they've been making, but did you see that? Did you see the Trump rap?
No.
It's all AI, and it's hilarious. It's Trump rapping about catching cases. I laughed through the entire song because it's not quite Donald Trump's voice, but it's close enough that you just go, okay.
Dude, it's honestly like the entertainment industry, I think, is in trouble. They keep talking about, automation, accountants are going to go obsolete and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I think entertainers, like artists and stuff, they're going to be in deep freaking shit.
Bro, I've pointed this out. On my channel. Okay. You see what happened to legacy media with the invention of YouTube? See, like, legacy media's views started dropping in line with like viewership on YouTube, because here's just my opinion on it. I would rather listen to a normal guy in his basement give me his opinions on the Russian war, as long as he's just close to the facts. I would rather listen to that guy giving me his sincere thoughts than some script reader who gets paid $30 million a year that works for CNN and talks about how like terrible of a human being I am. Okay, so you got competition from YouTube. And right, that's why legacy media pays Google now. to put their stuff up in the feeds. All right. What's going to happen when you can make your own movie at home? Like, there's a lot of very talented writers out there that will have access where they can just completely computer generate a movie. So, like, what is going to bring me back to theaters? What, am I going to go in there and watch Snow White and the 7 non-binary, magical creatures? Like, because movies have, look at Netflix. I'm canceling all my streaming services. There's shit on Netflix. I go on there, I can't even decide what I want to watch because nothing is good. So why am I paying these people? What happens, when a dude just really talented starts like using AI to create his own novel? Say he wrote a novel and now he makes his own movie from that. And it's good. What's going to happen to Hollywood at that point? Well, this is what's going to be great. We get to go, oh, all you entertainers, you got put out of business because you're basically a bunch of talentless whores anyways. Oh, why don't you learn to code? It's like...
Well, the sad thing is, like, most entertainers don't make money. It's only, like, the very few top of the... So I think there's always going to be, like, those superstars out there. But, like, if you want to get into, like, the artistry industry, like, it's going to be even more competitive. Because now you're not only competing with people, you're competing with AI, which can make some pretty cool stuff. And it can do it, like, instantaneously. And it's only going to get better.
Well, yeah, they see the writing on the wall. I didn't know this. I forget who I was listening to on YouTube, but he was explaining that they actually already use artificially generated people in the background now. They'll take some extras and put it in there, and then they'll put other people in there in the background even more to fill it in. So they're already generating people. I think a lot of the entertainment industry is done. I mean, who watches? How many shows about flip this new house are people watching? I actually don't believe any of it.
I don't think anybody's flipping houses anymore.
Yeah, well, no, dude, you go on TLC, and everything on TLC are a bunch of people acting fake. Half the time when I'm watching these people work on whatever it is in the house, I go, I can tell you're an actor just by how you move the hammer and hold it. It actually looks like you've never used a hammer in your entire life. Like I was watching a guy demoing a wall, and he's trying to use the sledgehammer sideways. I'm like, bro, you have way more strength coming up or going down.
Got to use gravity,
And if you need to break it, all you need to do is use it as a spear. If you need to break drywall with that hammer. Okay. So like, I can tell you actually don't know what you're doing, but
I think I'd come in from like a chop.
That's actually how you're supposed to do it. Like, when I watch movies, because Punishment and as I got older, it was a good workout. It's a reuse. But like, chopping wood is the same thing as using a sledgehammer. I can just tell whether you used it before by whether you're using your legs, because that's like the key to using a sledgehammer. It's like your legs are doing all the work. So you have your hand up at the top and you basically just let it fall and let the tool do the work. But I watch these people and I'm like, okay, that dude has never actually used that tool. So my only point is it's fake as fuck.
Yeah, I think I've cut wood like one time. I'm trying to think. Or maybe I've never cut wood, but I'm sure it's not a very complicated process. I'm sure I could figure it out without being a soy boy. Look at this guy laughing at me. He's mocking the angle that I use sledgehammers. Should I delete my channel? Should I be embarrassed by this?
No, but... Well, actually, like George Foreman, a lot of times when he was boxing, what he did to get in shape was split firewood.
Like a rugged, natural workout.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, if you're out there for like 3 hours swinging that maul around, bro, by the end of it, dude, you've gotten a whole body workout. So,
Look at this. Look at this.
Jay Naugy gonna start a redneck blue collar version of
That sounds really dangerous, swinging sledgehammers and
Hold on.
axes around.
Hold on. Do you know that that's an actual workout that UFC fighters use?
No. I'm not surprised, though.
They take a tractor tire, put it in the gym, boom.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Because it builds up so much strength in your hands and overall because you're constantly doing it. So, like, yeah, that is actually – I don't know if they do it in CrossFit gyms. I know they do it in MMA gyms.
Have you ever been in a CrossFit gym? The only time I've been in one is in the military at Fort Bragg when I was like training there. They had a CrossFit gym randomly on there. It's just a big open room with a bunch of things around the outside. It was weird.
Dude, I said when I was in the Air Force, I go, CrossFit is fucking stupid and all these people are going to get hurt. And what did they do? They had to abandon CrossFit because so many people were getting injured.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, that's not how I like to work out. Like these random workouts that you do.
Yeah, that's not, bro. Basically, I'm transitioning over to mostly yoga and calisthenics, anyways.
Oh, I want to see you do yoga. You should do a live stream where you show us your yoga moves.
Dude, I'm not good. I'm not good at yoga.
It'd just be for entertainment. You don't have to be good.
Bro, there's like an 80-year-old woman out there right now that could just straight up murk me at yoga. So I'm like on the ground, not like having like a seizure, and she's like, "Why don't you get up, you little bitch?"
I want to meet that woman.
Yeah, dude. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, not really. You got any last topics?
No, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a bad guest. I'm a bad guest today. I didn't actually do any research.
Do you think I ever prepare for live streams, Jay?
Well, mine is I just go and I look at a subject and I go, do I want to talk about this for like an hour and a half? I do. Okay. I'm going to talk about
Dude,
it.
My preparation is max 10 minutes for any live stream. Maximum. Maybe 20, you know. I just go.
He does, dude. Stepsis actually brought up a legit point. I was going to say something to you about it too. Did you lose weight?
I don't think so. I've actually not. So, I mean, we talked about this, but my parents have the virus. The virus that shall not be named. They're fine. But I was up there, and obviously I was exposed to it. So I've been kind of like hiding and quarantining in my house, not going out or anything. I actually haven't worked out. I mean, I did like a little run today, but I've actually haven't worked out in like a week. Maybe that's the key. Maybe you just don't work out and you lose weight.
Yeah, dude. Well, that is the key. You don't work out, the muscle mass starts to shrink, and you look thinner.
That's probably what's happening because like usually I'm like bloated because I'm like lifting weights. I'm like a fat, like bulking guy. But when I don't lift, it just kind of slims up a little bit.
Bro, didn't you know that working out is right wing?
It's toxic masculinity.
Dude, I mean, why would you want to be like fit and strong, man? Like, why would you want to do that? That's, you know,
yeah, or maybe you enjoy running. I mean, that's obviously means you're a toxic person. Like I enjoy running. It's nice to go out there and sweat, and I enjoy it. You know, I don't see the problem.
Dude, I've been doing this thing, man, and I think I'm going to do it more. It's just walking, but like I'll take like 2 5-pound weights, and I'll just work out and walk a mile. Just do it.
I would love to see that.
Bro,
see you walking. Do you wear your shirt that you're wearing right now? Do you wear that when you go out?
No, bro. I go out in a Speedo.
Dude, being in Florida, that would not surprise me. So if I saw somebody doing
I
that,
go to the gym and do that workout. I'm not going for a walk looking like a clown. But what I found, man, is like just even carrying 5-pound weights for a mile and just doing this, like, it is really effective, man. It's a really
I'm gonna do 45s and go for a 5-mile run. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't
actually build your traps when you carry stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Well, I mean, obviously, farmer carries. When you're walking around the gym, just pick up some plates and walk around. It's a great workout.
Let's see. Strongman, please stop grabbing it.
Grabbing what, Fabio?
What am I grabbing?
You're a
Chicken?
traitor. You're a traitor anyways to Florida.
Yeah, what's wrong with you moving away? Why would you leave Florida? Crackhead.
Yeah, he moved out to Texas. Didn't tell me.
I mean, he's in a pretty decent area. I was in, shithole of Texas, Killeen, but there are some nice areas in Texas.
Dude, Texas is nice. I wouldn't mind living in Texas at all. People
Austin?
are great. Huh?
Austin's very nice. It's just it's getting expensive now, real estate and all that.
Bro, I think Austin, man, I think here's a big problem with Austin. I think it's entering a doom loop again. They defunded the police, man. There's actually an article out there where they said people were getting robbed at ATMs, and the cops were like, yeah, don't bother calling us. We don't have time to come out and take your report. Bro, dude, there's a article on the Daily Mail yesterday. One of the funniest articles I've ever read. People visit San Francisco Beach for 10 minutes and their car got robbed.
It's so crazy to imagine, just bums and people crapping everywhere in the streets, because we don't have that here. That's not a problem, at least where I live in Virginia. But when I did go to Asheville, North Carolina, that's like a communist shithole. It's like great. Oh, dude, and there's bums everywhere, and the police just let them walk around. It's crazy. I was so disappointed when I went there, but I don't have to experience that here, thank God.
Where are you? You don't have to give me the exact city, but where's the general area again in Virginia?
Hampton Roads.
Okay.
Norfolk, that area.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, well, I mean, look, you can't just let mentally ill people just camp everywhere. I don't understand. It's usually a bunch of rich people living in the rich enclaves that get these ideas because it doesn't affect them. But it's there was another article about how a woman switched to being a Republican because she was walking home from work and a hobo just smacked her in the face with a bottle. She's like, I'm voting Republican now. And I'm like, well, you voted, if that's the way you're going to vote, you voted for these policies to begin with. Okay.
It takes you getting a hobo throwing a bottle in your face to make you vote another way.
Well, I mean,
hold on a minute.
But
just maxed out my Roth IRA, boys. Congratulations, Drew. I know who you are, by the way. Congratulations there, buddy. Long time no talk.
Wait, Fabio, are you saying Texas is terrible? He put it's terrible in there. What's terrible about Texas, man? Good barbecue.
I think he's talking about Austin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Well, I had some concerns when I was down there last September. When I was down there, man, I walked around quite a few homeless people. Just hanging out on the street corner.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, he's talking about Asheville.
Oh,
Asheville,
okay, yeah.
Dude. I felt like I was in a communist hippie war zone. It was the most uncomfortable experience of my life. I'm not even joking.
What is it? Is there like South Park level of hippies there where you have to get your drill dozer out and just run over hippies on the way to work?
It was you just have to experience it, man. It was very different. I'm not even a ultra conservative, but yeah. I did not feel welcome there. I was like, I need to get out of here.
That's the funniest thing, man. I know, I'm pretty moderate actually, and I actually honestly consider myself what would be a classic liberal, but people have just lost their minds today. Where it's no, dude, people have to work. That's how we produce stuff. You can't just print money and sit in your pods and eat bugs and beat off the pictures of Klaus Schwab. You have to go out and do stuff.
You think somebody's actually done that? Unironically?
Uh-oh. Dude, Drew says North Texas is great. South Texas is like California. Yeah. Well, Bro, this is what I was gonna say. What did you think was gonna happen? Yeah. Dude, what did you think was gonna happen when Rogan moved there to Austin? I knew Rogan was gonna ruin Austin to begin with.
You think it was Rogan's fault?
No, I think when he moved there, so many of his friends moved there. And I think a lot of these friends are going to bring their California ideas out to Austin and just make it worse.
Yeah, I don't want to. The only reason I don't move to Austin, well, one, there's many reasons, but I think it's the real estate market there is crazy. Like, I do not want to buy a new house in this kind of market.
No. Well, the thing is, man, I have a friend down there. She's been down there for like 10 years. And we were talking, and she said, I'm going to have to move out of here. She goes, I make normal people money. She says, I can't afford anything here. When I was down there, I was talking to this dude who he's a performer, right? This guy was a great singer in the bar. He just goes around doing that. Well, I talked to him, and I don't think the guy was bullshitting. He doesn't sound like he comes across as a bullshitter, but he said, yeah, man, I make, low 6 figures per year. And he goes, I can't afford anything here. He goes, I can't afford a house. So this is a dude who makes around $100K a year living in Austin. It's like, I can't afford a house.
Dude, I don't know how anybody affords a house now. Like, I was looking at what my house would cost me now. Oh my God, it'd be like almost double. It's crazy.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm thinking of doing this, and it's going to crack you up. At some point, when I'm done at 51, I'm probably moving to North Florida, probably somewhere around Pensacola. I like a little bit more winter than Clearwater offers. I like a break in the humidity. But if I move up there, bro, I'm thinking about just putting like a metal building on a plot of land, getting water and electricity hooked up to it, and just driving a Winnebago in it. I'll live in that. I don't need a lot, bro.
I would definitely come visit you if that was what you did.
Bro, I mean, you want to know what the funny thing is? My buddy back home, we were sitting there talking that bought the garage. And he's talking about how he wants to put in a metal building in the back, a metal garage. Him and his brother were talking about I didn't get this from him. We just had the idea at the same time, and we started laughing because we were drinking. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm thinking about putting a metal building out there, man, a metal barn, right? I'm going to get a Winnebago, and I'm going to pull it in there and live in there and rent out my house. I was like, bro, I'm thinking about doing the same thing.
Wow, great minds think alike.
But
all right, man, let's go ahead and cut the stream. I need to get my ass to bed. Any last comments?
Dex says that is exactly where I am with it. I don't want a McMansion. I would be fine just putting a used shipping container and then just building the inside of it and living in that. I honestly don't need a lot. And as I've gotten older, I've become even less materialistic about stuff.
I mean, large houses are a curse. You want to avoid that. That's why I have this 3-bedroom townhouse, and I am never moving.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Let me go ahead and do a Jeremy outro. And why don't you plug your channel, Jay Naugy?
Yeah, you guys can find me. You know where I am, Jay Naugy. Do live streams and stuff. You want to come by and hang out? I like it. If you don't, I understand.
All right. Well, everybody, have a wonderful night.